Read between the lines. Take a listen.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Peace, brothers and sisters. Hope you're doing well. Today, the topic I have to discuss is something which is very much out of the box. So if you're somebody who is very accustomed to being in the box, you might find it a bit hard to understand this, but you can still try, and may Allah guide us all. So basically, I was watching a video yesterday on a channel. The channel is regarding alternative history, Tartary and all that stuff. Quite interesting. But when I was watching this one particular video regarding airships and where airships used to dock in the past, I saw some thing, and I really have to talk about this. Now let's watch this video.
Oh, there you go. That's the Hotel Chicago. And here we have an article. Zeppelin, is that poses, pursuers? Why Chicago's airship dreams never took off. And it says in the 1920s, the city was head over heels for airships. So why did it let this once futuristic technology float away?
So the speaker in the video, he's actually talking about the airships and the sort of forgotten or lost history about it. And he's reading from an article which says that why Chicago's airship dreams never took off. Well, when he was showing the picture of the top of the hotel, let me pull it up for you guys. So basically what we can see, this they are calling a Tartarian structure. Now I'm very sure all of you who are watching this, who are familiar with this sort of a structure like this onion dome and these familiar sort of arches and all, we know what this looks like. This looks like a masjid at the top of a 1920s hotel in Chicago. And when you zoom in, see in the middle, we see something which we call a mihrab. So this is actually what we saw in the middle of the structure. So a masjid with a mihrab. I don't know doing what at the top of Chicago Hotel 1920s. I'll also reveal the name of the hotel soon. So let's first go and check what a mihrab is. So the origin of the word mihrab is complicated, and multiple explanations have been proposed by different sources and scholars. It may come from Old South Arabian, possibly Sabiic, mihrab meaning certain part of a palace, as well as part of a temple, where certain type of visions is obtained. From the root word haraba, to perform a certain religious ritual, which is compared to combat or fighting and described as an overnight retreat in the mihrab of the temple. It may also possibly be related to Ethiopic temple sanctuary, whose equivalent in Sabiic is of the same meaning, from the root word karaba, to dedicate, karabu, to bless, and related to Hebrew cherub, either of the heavenly creatures that bound the ark in the inner sanctuary. Arab lexicographers traditionally derived the word from the Arabic root haraba, relating to war, fighting, or anger, which, though cognate with the South Arabian root, does not, however, carry any relation to religious rituals, thus leading some to interpret it to mean a fortress or palace of battle with Satan, the latter due to mihrabs being private prayer chambers. The latter interpretation, though, bears similarity to the nature of the haraba ritual. So the way I see it right now, the way they're trying to explain it is like it's some sort of a meditation place where you're like secluded and you're battling your nafs, or like your dark side, shaitan. So the word mihrab originally had a non-religious meaning and simply denoted a special room in a house, a throne room in a palace. Brilliant. Eventually, the niche came to be universally understood to identify the Qibla wall, and so came to be adopted as a feature in other mosques. A sign was no longer necessary. Today, mihrabs vary in size, but are usually ornately decorated. So, the mihrab thing, let's get a bit into the verses of the Quran. So there is this verse that obviously is under a lot of highlight because it contains the word yusalli. I'm talking about Surah 3, Ayah 39. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, it goes like, فَنَدَّتْهُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَهُوَ قَائِمٌ يُصَلِّي فِي الْمِحْرَابِ. So, in this ayah, basically, the way they traditionally translate it is as so the angels, Malaika, called him while he was standing in prayer in the chamber. Qa'imun yusalli fil mihrab. So this is what they say, that was standing in prayer. Qa'imun yusalli fil mihrab. In the chamber. Okay. So two ayah before this, if you go, now it says, so her Lord accepted her with good acceptance and caused her to grow in a good manner and put her in the care of Zachariah. Okay, we're talking about Maryam, the mother of Isa. So every time Zachariah entered upon her in the prayer chamber, he found with her provision. Okay, so كلما دخل عليها زكريا المحراب وجد عندها رزقا. Okay, so I don't find the word salat here in this ayah, but it talks about the chamber, but there's no prayer word mentioned. While in this ayah, the prayer, like supposed prayer word, the salah word is here, but in 37, it is not here. But they're still implying that he entered upon her in the prayer chamber. So convenient. But anyways, I'm not talking about salat here in this video. I'm talking about mihrab. So when we go to the root haraba, you can see all over the Quran, it actually talks about war. Yuharrabuna, wage war, haraba, war, biharabin, of a war. And but then when it comes to the noun part of this word maharib, it makes it elevated chamber. Now, elevated chamber, interesting. So when we go back to that picture, this place is at an elevation, and maybe this is a chamber in the middle, leading towards some place. Now we can see a table in which we have word, okay, with the word pattern, the root verb, the verb's meaning, and the word's meaning. So in the first one, we can see miftah with the root fataha, which means to open. But when m is added to it, it becomes the action or the tool. So for fataha, it becomes miftah, a key, a tool for opening. Same goes for mimbar, noon bara, which means to raise, elevate. And then mimbar becomes a pulpit, a raised platform for speeches, which we see in the masjid. Mihrat, from harata, to plow. And mihrat becomes plow, up like a tool for plowing the land. Misbah, sabaha, to shine, illuminate. So misbah becomes a source of light, lamp. Miqwad, qaf waw dal, qawada, to lead, drive. And the miqwad becomes a bridle, a tool for leading a horse. So let's come to the second table. And you've seen how in Arabic language, when the meme is added and m is added before a word, then it becomes the tool or the action for that word. So in the second table, we'll see haraba, which means to wage war or strip away, war, conflict, battle. So mihrab, haraba, to battle, to struggle, originally a battle station, a strategic chamber, but later reinterpreted as a prayer niche, a prayer chamber. Now, when we had the word translation elevated chamber for maharib, and we saw that this place is at an elevation, the thought comes to my mind, is this mihrab some form of a technology which is out of commission, which we have no idea, like a remnant of the actual thing, and we have no idea how or what to do with it? Similarly, these onion dome structures with these minarets, who told people that this is supposed to be a masjid? The Quran doesn't say anything like that. And a lot of us know about alternate history in Tartaria, and they used to make structures like this everywhere. Something to think about. Are these mihrabs some sort of old, decommissioned technology? Somehow we have a knack of forgetting or losing technologies in the past. It has happened as well.
Read between the lines. Take a listen.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
And down here it says, when it comes to Chicago buildings that may or may not have had airship docking infrastructure, we encounter only a few leads. One involves the Blackstone Hotel in a 1910 article, where the Blackstone's manager confirms plans to build a drone station on the rooftop. Drone, haven't heard that before. Big enough for 4 airships, housing stalls and a repair shop.
This building in Chicago, this hotel, which had this structure on its roof in the earlier part of previous century, the hotel's name is Blackstone. Now, I tried to check if this was somehow linked to the Blackstone group that we know now, but they have shown us that at least 4 to 5 ownerships have changed throughout the last century. But still, who knows what's true and what's not? You can always do your own personal speculation. But it was quite a surprise to know that this hotel is called Blackstone Hotel. And just a thought to think about, did they know about some sort of technology which we have no idea about anymore? Hope you find this video interesting, and I hope that it helps you rethink about a lot of things that we have in the world today. Thank you.